And as we mentioned earlier, today marks 18 years since the single worst attack on American soil in history, the 9/11 attacks on the World Trade Center.
Thousands of emergency officials responded, including Brunswick County EMS Director Edward Conroe. I sat down with him to find out what he did and how it's impacted his life since then. It's a story that's only on WWAY.
The world changed that day.
In September 2001, Brunswick County EMS Director Edward Conroe was working as a firefighter for the New Jersey Airport Authority.
On what's called New Jersey Task Force 1. It's an urban search and rescue task force for New Jersey.
Conroe says on September 11th, 2001, his workday started just like any other day until 9:18 that morning.
I got notified I was activated part of the New Jersey Task Force to deploy to the World Trade Center.
A moment that changed his life forever.
We didn't know what was going to happen after that. We didn't know if we were ever coming home.
A terrifying thought for a dad with a young daughter at home.
It was kind of scary. So having a small child and not being able to say, I'll see you later, bye. And usually every morning before I go to work, it's something I always do. And
for 10 days, Conroe didn't go home, didn't say goodbye.
We were in search and rescue mode. So we were searching buildings, going into buildings, tunneling into stuff.
Putting his own life in danger.
We had a couple of scary situations. They're underneath the World Trade Center. There's a large mall, so there was people in there. So we were sent in one mission to go down there and search. You feel things shaking and it's dark.
But through all of the dark and scary moments, Conroe says he also saw a lot of good.
There was a lot of goodwill. A lot of people wanted to help.
One of those moments has stuck with him for 18 years.
It was my dinosaur blanket.
He says a woman gave it to him in the convention center where he had to sleep.
There was a convention going on in the complex at that time, and they had to evacuate. They left everything, so we were there. And a lady actually gave me this blanket on September 11th. She said, you're going to need a blanket. So I used it when I was there, when I slept at night. Whenever I had a chance to sleep, we used it.
And then when he finally got home,
so I washed it, and it turned into my firehouse blanket.
And 18 years later, the dinosaur blanket showed up in Brunswick County during Hurricane Dorian.
It was my blanket I brought here when I slept at nighttime. It was my blanket.
Conroe says every now and then someone will tease him about it until they hear the story of good behind it.
I have a lot of things that remind me that day, a lot of things that I brought back and saw I still have, but it's kind of something unique. It's something that, I think the biggest thing, I think that day, between that day and now, everyone was so willing to help each other and give to each other, and I think we're kind of starting to lose that again. And I think it was, that's something that kind of sticks out. Yeah. Some stranger gave it to me and said, here, I know you're going to need it, and kind of stuck with me.
But he's also stuck with a new reality.
It changed my life, it changed my career, and I got to mark with it. Every time I go to the doctor, I have to worry about, is something going to come out that, because I was there.
But through the good and the bad, Conroe says he doesn't want anyone to forget that day.
I want them to remember what happened, not just to remember the people that died and the people that made sacrifices that day. I want them to kind of look back and remember that first year or two, what we were like, how we were so willing to help each other.
The day that changed the world and the good that came after it.
And my one little quote, and it always sticks with me, it's from a country music center. And it is, where were you when the world stopped turning?
Conroe lived in New Jersey up until April of this year when he moved to Brunswick County to take over as Director of Emergency Services. He says luckily he hasn't had any medical issues so far related to the incident.
Wow, that's a great story. Oh my gosh. We all remember where we were that morning. And just to hear him talking about leaving that morning and not having the opportunity to really say goodbye to his daughter,
Yeah.
And so many of those people didn't get the chance to do that.
Yeah.
And I do remember how giving we were right after this happened. And it's interesting how when time goes by, we kind of forget about those moments, but thank goodness he has that blanket to kind of remind him.
And while talking to him, he had some emotional moments, but he also had some proud moments. Like, it seemed like he was proud, but he wanted to show me the blanket and he wanted to talk about it. So it was really cool getting to hear his story and hearing him talk about how good people were afterwards and how he wants to see us get back to that.
Great story.